Hello, if you don't know me, my name is Gemma, and today I am going to tell you a story. The story is a true one, and it happened quite a long time ago, and you can read about it in the Bible if you want. The story is about a girl who was 12 years old. She lived with her parents in a place called Capernaum, which is in the country of Israel. So, let's sit comfortably and listen to what the little girl has to tell us. She says, I really enjoy getting out, seeing all my friends and having fun together. Once I've done all my chores, of course. But I haven't been able to lately. That's see my friends or do my chores. You see, I've got a story to tell you, and I don't know if you're going to believe me or not. It is pretty amazing. I wonder, have you ever felt unwell? I mean, really unwell. So unwell that you can't eat, you can't play. You have to stay in bed. And not because your mum or dad tells you you have to stay in bed, but because you don't have the energy, because you don't want to get up. You see, that was me. I could see mum and dad were getting worried about me. They were kind to me and they looked after me. They said I was okay, but I could see in their faces that they were worried. My dad, he is a really important man. I mean, really, really important. Not like a king or anything, but his job was important, and there are a lot of people he could boss around. But he was a good man, not a bad one. You see, one day, as I said, I was lying there, quite ill in bed, and feeling pretty rubbish actually. I heard my mum and dad talking. I heard dad say that he must go. It wouldn't do for someone else to go. You see, as I said, my dad is really important, and if he has something to do, he can say to someone, go do it, and they will. So it must be important for him to go and do it himself. And my mum, she agrees with him. He comes to me by my bed and he tells me he is going away, but not for very long. I must rest and get better, and he will come home real soon. I didn't know it then, but I do now. He was on his way to meet Jesus. Have you heard about Jesus? Well, Jesus, he was travelling around our country and everyone was talking about him. People said he did amazing things, like healing people who are really sick and teaching loads. That must be why Dad went. He needed to talk to Jesus about me. Since all this happened, I've heard people say that my dad actually bowed down at Jesus' feet and begged him to come and see me. Wow! My dad must have really been amazed by this man. I have never seen him bow down or beg to anyone before. I didn't know this was going on at the time. As I said, I was still in bed, feeling very unwell, with my mum by me. I was feeling worse and worse though. Then, as time went on, I slept more and more and, well, sounds, smells, they all started to fade away. I just didn't have the strength anymore. You see, I was really ill. I mean, you now all have really good doctors and medicines, but it wasn't the same back then. And before my dad could get back home with Jesus to heal me and make me better, I died. I can just imagine it. What my mum must have been like, so distraught, so upset. I hear there were lots of people around the house then. That happens here when someone dies, and they were crying for the loss of me. But the next thing I know about it, I'm lying there on my bed, and I hear someone say to me, "Little girl, I tell you to stand up." Well, I open my eyes, and there, right by my bed, is Jesus himself. He said the words to me. As I opened my eyes, I felt like my old self again, completely better. Mum and Dad were there. Their eyes were wide open. Their mouths were slightly open too. There were 3 other men also, Jesus' mates. So, I did what Jesus said. I stood up and walked around. It had been a while since I'd been up, and it felt great to be out of bed again. My parents were speechless. My parents, well, they hugged me and began to cry, but happy tears, you know. Then Jesus looked at me and he told them that I should have something to eat. It had been a while since I could. I will never forget Jesus, the words he said, the sound of his voice. He did such an amazing thing for me. He brought me back to life. I have heard many people talking about it. Apparently, Jesus came to the house. He told everyone, all those people crying outside, that I wasn't dead, but I was asleep. And do you know, they all laughed at him. They thought they knew it all, that I was really dead, and I was really dead. But you see, Jesus knew he could bring me back. People say that he is God. He must be, if he can come into my bedroom, talk to me, and bring me from death to life.